So, welcome back to another episode of Dangertainment. I'm Phil from Outside the Box Reviews.
And I'm Colin from Broken Glory Gaming.
And, we got a bunch of movies here on the table. And, well, they all seem to have something in common, but I don't really know what is the same between Gremlins and Santa's Sleigh and Die Hard and Iron Man 3.
Valentine's?
No, I don't think so. And why the hell do we have Jaws the Revenge on the table?
Well, if you haven't guessed it, it's because it's Christmas!
Why the hell is there a Christmas Jaws movie? This is like the dumbest idea ever.
Are you sure? I mean, they did hit SeaWorld.
I take back my comment. Why is there a Christmas Iron Man movie? I don't even want to know. Let's not talk about
that
it.
One. No.
Let's not talk about it. But we're really not here to talk about all these movies. Back in 2013, I had done a video on the 12 horror movies of Christmas. I covered a lot of these, but I've picked up some more since. More have come out. And I'm honestly thinking this year might require a part 2 to that video because there's been a lot coming out. But I think the biggest one is probably the reason why we're here, which is to talk about Krampus, the brand new Michael Dougherty Christmas horror movie.
Is he related to Shannon Doherty?
Probably. I kind of just assumed he was related to Bryan Singer, since all of Trick or Treat was just X-Men people.
Well, this one was... Well, there's two people from the Piranha series, then you got the maid from Two and a Half Men, then you have... I don't know, what's T?
That's who that lady was? I was like, that's vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
I have no clue who the hell she is.
She's the maid from Two and a Half Men.
Wow.
She plays herself. She plays the same person.
We'll give a quick rundown of the movie. We're going to keep this spoiler-free to begin with, and then we'll give a spoiler alert at the end and just go and ruin the movie for people who...
Don't care.
Yeah, or have already seen it. The movie's based around... I think it's I don't know if it's a German legend specifically or if it's just a European legend of the Krampus, which is basically the evil Santa Claus. And Santa would come and give gifts to children. Krampus comes and takes away the bad children. You don't get coal, you just go to hell. Which sounds good to me.
Yeah. Hey, Krampus, go find Kardashians.
I figured we could send Bill Goldberg Santa for them.
Yes.
The thing that's kind of funny going into this is it's a PG-13 Christmas horror movie. So, on one level, I didn't really know what to expect. On the other hand, I had complete faith in Michael Dougherty to do something cool because Trick or Treat, as we've already reviewed here on this show, is one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies.
It's definitely like when you first hear about it, you first saw it, I actually was thinking it's going to be a horror movie featuring Krampus. But no, it's PG-13, so your mind can go, okay, that's going to suck. It's going to be like Prom Night or something. No, I mean, a lot of people forget Gremlins and Jaws were scary movies, and they're only PG, so...
And Gremlins is something I think we're going to come back to quite a bit with this review. It's something I've seen a lot of other reviewers go back to. There is a very strong Gremlins vibe in this movie. I called it the love child of Gremlins and Trick or Treat. And it kind of, to me, feels like that.
Yet no Phoebe Cates monologue. Nothing that made you want to, slit your wrists.
And because I'm a horrible moviegoer and never remember characters' names... And I'm not going to sit here and look at IMDb to try to remind myself. The basic story, it's a kid, near Christmas, standard movie family. He's got parents who don't really like each other. He's got an older sister who doesn't really treat him too well. And they have relatives coming into town who are just the grossest, annoying stereotypes ever. I want to talk more about that family because they are very interesting.
And then it goes to where the little boy still believes in Santa. I mean, they all have their Christmas photos. And he's pretty much the generic, yeah, he knows it's not real, but he still wants to believe. He still wants that Christmas spirit. And the new family, or the relatives that come in, tend to make fun of him because he still believes in all that. So that brings in a whole new tension with the family, and it makes him just not believe. And he tears up his note to Santa and throws it out the window, which brings in Blizzard Katrina.
And basically, once the blizzard hits, it becomes kind of a standard, well, a mix of some kind of classic horror movie genres. There's definitely a little bit of the fog in there where you see people go out into the blizzard and, there's creepy stuff going on. And
Snowmen.
Hidden there. The snowmen were cool. Yeah, there's snowmen just appearing outside their house. And then we get parts that are more reminiscent of Gremlins or like a home invasion movie. Like, I can't think of a home invasion movie right now.
Strangers.
Home Alone. Was The Strangers really a home... Like, I guess Night of the Living Dead was what I was thinking of, honestly. Like, mostly because now it's been pointed out to me that Night of the Living Dead is about half just people boarding up windows, and there was a lot of boarding up windows in this too. Not like a lot of time spent on it, but like, they made a big deal about boarding up the windows, so yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so trapped in a house, and I really don't know how much more we can talk about without feeling like it's spoilers, so I really don't want to go much further than that. And that, we're not doing a spoiler alert yet. I kind of want to talk about the cast and stuff and let you stop sitting there in frozen motion.
Without going spoilerish, it is not just Krampus. If you see the trailer, it's not really a spoiler because I've seen so many trailers. It's also, he brings a bag of goodies, which are numerous...
Baddies?
Yes. That are just random artifacts we'll get into in the spoiler section. If not, go see the damn movie if you don't want to be spoiled. That rain pretty much terror on the family.
But I did want to talk about the cast, because it's one of those movies where I'm just like, the casting process must have been really awkward. Because the family that comes in, the big thing is they are like uber...
generic, where they're like, oh my god,
I was gonna say,
wait for them to
uber
leave.
generic. They're also kind of like a right-wing stereotype in a way. The dad's a gun nut with a huge truck.
The Hummer, the big-ass Hummer.
Who he's named.
Lucille.
Was that what it was? And then he has 4 kids, I think 1 boy and 3 girls.
Yep.
And
one's a baby.
all of them have male names because he wants sons.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, they all have male names.
I didn't catch the names of the 2 daughters because
it was like Jordan and I can't think of the other name.
I never caught the baby name.
Yeah, it was androgynous names.
And then the boy was always like,
yeah,
he looked like What's funny about the kid, the one token son in the about the other family is he has that look of, he almost got casted as the fat kid from Bad Santa / Trick or Treat.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was at first, was he was the kid from the beginning kill of Trick or Treat.
No, he has better acting skills.
Well, I also realized that movie was how old now, and the kid's probably, he's probably in his 40s by now. It took a long time for them to get that movie out.
I was going to say, how old? Oh, God. Yeah, I forgot. Never mind.
I just always wonder, like, what the casting's like. It's, we need 2 young girls who are really manly looking.
Yeah, one looked more manly than the other. The other one looked like, because I think it was the one with the glasses that looked more like a daughter than the other one. I actually did not know that it was a daughter at first.
But, yeah, that whole family is just, it's, a thing I like about horror movies is you don't have to really give character development as long as you give people a type. I mean, in a Friday the 13th movie, hell, Cabin in the Woods is the ultimate example. You have the fool, the slut, the virgin,
the jock.
There's other ones.
I mean, they even have, like we talked about this earlier, Berta from 2.5 Men. She's the aunt, which is the generic, oh my god, why did you bring this relative? And she's the, I hate kids, but I love drinking.
Which, I never really watched that show, but the bit of it I was exposed to, isn't that the exact same character she played on that? I'm angry and I want to be drinking right now.
Yep, that's what makes her hysterical.
Okay. Our protagonist, he's a stereotypical 80s movie protagonist, I felt. Like 80s gremlin kind of thing, like a... I don't know, he's a Corey Feldman type, I guess, from that era. In that generic
where
kid who's
everything?
not quite so bland.
But he caused the problem?
Kinda, yeah.
He's relatable, though. I mean, he's that kid that you just, like, he knows the truth, but he still's gonna be the, I believe in Santa Claus. And it's like, he's still someone you can relate to. I mean, him and his sister, you have that generic sibling rivalry, but they're still nice to each other. I mean, you sense the tension with the family, but it's the generic family. And then you can see that they bond when the relatives come and they're like, oh God, please leave.
And it's actually one thing I actually really liked about the movie is that the brother and sister actually didn't have a horrible relationship. And that's such a stereotype in movies, to have kids hating each other and fighting with each other. It was kind of nice to see that it wasn't just straight up like,
we hate you, blah, blah, blah. It was like, they have their love-hate, but all you got from their relationship was they have a good one, they just are smartasses to each other.
And it's estranged because she's gotten older.
I mean, it's still, like, you can catch from the opening, because it's not really spoiler, so I'm going to say it. The opening credits to pretty much a Christmas song while everyone is beating the living shit out of each other during Black Friday sales.
I loved it.
And at the very end, it's like there's a nativity scene play, and the kid is just getting into a fight. And you can see the sisters recording, the parents are all going nuts. It's a great way to enter what this movie is based off, which is pretty much losing the spirit of Christmas and just going, hey, gimme, and punishing them.
And it's not really, it's funny because it keeps coming back to that, but I never felt like it was particularly preachy about it or anything like that. But
it wasn't over preachy, yeah.
They kind of, I guess it's worth talking about, the grandmother character is one of the most important characters in the film. She's the one who seems to relate to the little boy the most. She's a German immigrant. She speaks mostly in German. And the little boy seems to be one of two people that bother to understand her, the other one being the woman's own son, so yeah. I mean, I assume he would have to know. They kind of have a relationship. She's the one who keeps fostering that Christmas belief in him, and we'll find out later there's reasons for that.
And she also is like, she's a character that you see her, but she gets so left out of everything. Like, she's just the background. Do you think it's time for spoilers now? So give them a few minutes.
Yeah,
seconds.
So I guess spoiler alert.
Me.
Yeah, if you keep watching, there will be no toys in your stocking. If you haven't seen the movie, I don't know.
If you keep watching and be spoilers, Krampus will come and just rip you limb to limb.
And also, Sam will follow up next Halloween, put a lollipop shaped like a pumpkin through your skull.
Anyway, spoiler alert, just blah 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 blah.
Yup, spoiler alert. Alright, so if you're still watching this, you have no right to complain that we're going to spoil shit, so freaking deal with it.
Spoiler!
It's like the fifth time we try to start this.
It actually turns out that the grandma has dealt with Krampus before.
And that scene is amazing. It kind of reminds me of, where is it? Santa's Sleigh.
Yeah.
Santa's Sleigh did a scene where they cut back to Santa's origin story, and they do it in a Frosty the Snowman claymation kind of feel. Not Frosty, Rudolph. That claymation feel of the old classic TV show. This one felt a little more like Coraline or something.
Yeah, Coraline, Corpse Bride.
I assume it was all CG or whatever, but it was still really cool, really effective. I mean, it seems to imply that it was Germany after World War II, I'm assuming.
I don't know, but yeah, it's along those lines. Still,
but basically,
there's no generic time it shows, but yeah.
I mean, her village was destroyed. It looked bombed out to me, but maybe I'm just making guesses about the timeline.
Yeah.
There's not much food, and Christmas comes around, and people are just all out for themselves, and they don't care about anybody else, and they're just nasty people. So Krampus comes, and she does a similar thing where she burns her Santa doll that she has, and the ashes go up the chimney. They go out, and similar to what we see with the little boy at the beginning of the movie where it goes into the sky, brings in the blizzard, brings in the Krampus, and she's left behind as a witness to it. And he gives her this little ornament or bell, and it's kind of like the sign that, like, you've been visited by the Krampus, beware, I guess. So, backing up a little bit, because we kind of got ahead of ourselves. We were just trying to avoid spoilers and get as deep as we could in without. Mm-hmm. But the daughter, main family's daughter.
The main family's daughter.
I wish I paid attention to the names, and then I just don't want to see her on my phone looking it up.
I think it was Beth.
She had a girl's name, which is rare in this movie. So she goes out, because there's the blizzard, the power gets knocked out. She's obsessed that she can't communicate with her boyfriend. And she only lives a few blocks away, so she decides she's going to go walk and go see him. Her parents know she's going, and when she doesn't make it there, she gets attacked, or she sees the Krampus leaping around. She runs and hides, and then we see a Jack-in-the-Box pop up next to her, and we hear her screaming. And her disappearance is kind of what motivates all the other actions. It's kind of a zombie movie trope almost of the reason they have to leave. Yeah. The mall, or the house, or the magical mine shaft in the middle of Florida that totally exists. Day of the Dead.
I didn't realize it was Florida.
It's supposed to be Florida.
But she goes out, and apparently with the snowstorm, it cuts off all cell service. There's no electricity, no nothing. So they're in the dark, and they have to keep the fire going.
The grandma's the one who knows this. She knows that the Krampus is going to come down the chimney. So I'm assuming the idea is to keep the fire burning so that it's not safe to go down the chimney.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just symbolic. I don't know. It's one of the two.
But sister goes out. She gets taken care of. Because it's not, you can't, do we say killed?
I assume, well, we hear her screaming later, but then we also hear that the monsters will mimic human voices, specifically her voice, to try to lure people other places.
Yeah.
So she could have died when we see her get the Jack-in-the-Box, or she could have died
She gets
later.
captured there. Capture would be the best, I think.
I mean, either way, I guess, it's worth discussing in a way.
Yeah. So that sets out the two dads to go out, and they go out in the Hummer, cut to truck through. They get to a plow that's in the way. So they load up on guns, and they truck through at least, knee-high snow?
And that's one thing I liked about the movies. The snow did grow progressively higher. It's something I think a lot of movies would leave out, but they actually did pay attention that snow starts at ankle deep, I think, when the daughter goes out, and it's probably about knee high, and later it's waist deep, and it gets worse and worse.
Yeah, because this is over a 3-day period. This is 3 days, and it ends on Christmas with the realization or with everything.
The very end of the movie's
Yeah.
on Christmas Day. That's actually one other cool thing. The device, instead of putting a date up on the screen, actually use an advent calendar to mark the days, which I thought was really a unique idea.
Yeah. And so they go out and they get attacked by what we assume turned out to be the Jack-in-the-Box, because it just either that or he got attacked by a snow graboid. So he did. He was going through the snow.
I did not see Kevin Bacon.
Wait a few months. They're going to make a TV show.
But yeah, so they go out, they don't find the daughter, they hear her screaming, so they're trying to hunt her down. Jerk-ass dad gets grabbed by the leg, pulled under the snow. They manage to pull him out, get back to the house, bandage him up, and there's this whole debate of whether they go back out to try to find the daughter, or if they have to wait until this craziness has passed. And there's a couple times where they try to leave the house, and there's stuff moving around outside. There's snowmen that have been randomly appearing. There's more of them now, and you can see things running behind them, and you can hear things everywhere.
What I loved about the snowman was that they were built every time someone got killed / captured. Then there was a snowman of the daughter. Then when the bad Santa lookalike kid goes after the gingerbread cookie, he gets yanked up into the chimney, starting the tree and all the presents on fire and making this... Didn't that kill the fire?
It was because the fire died down. The jerk-ass dad was on night watch, and he didn't keep the fire going.
So he gets captured, and then there's snowmen of them, plus the little, I'm assuming elves are behind it.
I never realized that it was every time somebody died. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I
watch
noticed
it again, I'll have to pay attention.
I noticed it. I was like, wait, why are there more? I was like, okay. And then when the daughter left, I noticed it. I was like, okay, there's one more. Then when the kid left, I saw him wearing his clothes. I was like, I got it.
Interesting.
And then after that, Grandma finally speaks English. And
tells the backstory we already told, basically.
Yeah, with all that.
And basically said, we're all fucked. And actually, I think they do put that line in the movie.
Yep.
But I want to go back for a second and talk about the abduction of the second kid, the gingerbread man thing.
Yeah.
So we see a hook come down the chimney with a gingerbread man tied up to it. Which I just realized, in the house that the two dads go into, there's a gingerbread man knifed up into the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hit me until just now that was one of them. They killed one of them in that house.
It took me... I think right at the end of the movie, No, it was when the gingerbread attacked the dad later on in the movie is when I figured it out. I was just, wait, because I thought it was a stuffed toy. Even when he goes down as a hook, it seems like a stuffed toy until the kid bites it.
Yeah, look at that. I was like, I wouldn't think that was food. But,
yeah.
The kid takes a bite out of it. They yank him up, or they wrap the chain around him, and they pull him back up the chimney. The main family's mother grabs his legs, and they're all trying to keep him from getting pulled up.
Yeah.
And she sees this demonic, possessed gingerbread man, and is like, "Why aren't you in Shrek?"
He looked more like the little monster from the little small monster from TMNT.
See, what I thought was actually recently, I don't think we reviewed it on here, but we watched Tales from Halloween.
I think you mentioned it.
I might have mentioned it
in another video.
Recommend. But one of the segments, there's a little alien, and it was kind of crappy CG, and these cookies were kind of crappy CG, but when I saw what they did with them, I completely forgave the fact that they looked not real, because the cartooniness kind of lends itself to the movie, I think.
Because there's a scene where the jerk dad is in the kitchen. Like, they're all trying to find... Because the two other daughters get kidnapped from the other family. So they go up into the attic, and they find out that the Jack-in-the-Box is devouring them whole, which looks something right out of digging out of the marrow. Recommend. And...
Which, if you don't know what that means, I guess, maybe because it's a lesser-known movie.
If you know who Adam Green is, you know what that movie is. Props to you. Good luck.
But no, I mean, it looks like a happy little Jack-in-the-Box guy. He's blown up to beyond human size. It's a large thing. It has no lower torso. It's all this kind of big wormy body feeding into the actual box, which is a normal-sized Jack-in-the-Box box, which I thought was hilarious. But his mouth actually opens like the freaking Predator. It, like, comes down, splits apart at the bottom. Actually, it's like a...
The Reaper.
Reaper, yeah.
Right.
And then it's all like nasty and gross and organic looking inside. But he's one of the cool... I mean, there's some cool creatures in this movie, but he's probably one of my favorites.
Then you have the angel of... I'm going to call it the angel of death. It's this little heart-loving angel, and it turns all demonic. It attacks the mom.
Yeah, which is like a gremlin mixed with Tiffany from Bride of Chucky, I think.
thought more Annabelle.
Yeah, I guess so. Just female doll, I guess.
Yeah. Then you have Teddy Ruxpin on acid.
Yes.
Which I love, because I've always thought teddy bears were creepy. Like, especially, like, was it nowadays, there's all these, like, ripped up teddy bears, like, bloody and all. God, I know there's one on Facebook that's all over Facebook, and then the Halloween costumes. And it's just this bear just tearing apart, what was it, the dad that he was fighting? The mom had the angel.
It was the other mom had the bear.
Okay. No, yeah, the dad had the, like, what, Rocket's Robot?
Yeah, little robot. I mean, probably the least interesting of all of them, which is funny because I love robots, but it's just a little angry robot.
Yeah, it was just a generic. It was less creative of the four.
Yeah, the bear was great art direction. The angel, I wish we got a better look at it because it was always like every time it would grab onto somebody, get right in their face, just be like.
All you'd see is quick glimpses. You'd see teeth, tongue.
But basically, the fight starts upstairs. The jerk dad's shooting gingerbread men in the kitchen in a hilarious sequence and setting them on fire. And then, all right, one of the things, I think I've said a couple of things I love about this movie. The other thing I love is the damn dog gets a story arc. Jerk family has a dog that's pretty much been useless. It apparently pooped in the daughter's bed at one point on a previous visit. It's just a pain in the ass, do-nothing dog. And then finally, it comes in and saves Jerk Dad from one of the gingerbread men, jumps up, eats it, and it's a heroic moment for the dog. But then, we get the hubris moment for the dog. Becomes too cocky, we find out the Jack-in-the-Box beast has escaped into the air vents a la Alien. And there's a air vent on floor level, they let the dog in there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go fuck this thing up. Doesn't go well for the dog. But the dog had a story arc, which, that was impressive.
It was rare.
I don't know if too many of the humans did, but the dog did.
The kid. That's it. The kid, the grandma, and the dog.
Well, the parents have a slight one, but I mean, it's really...
It's dropped, though.
It's dropped pretty easily. It's, yeah. So, basically, the fight with the Jack-in-the-Box, the bear, the angel of death, all ends up in the living room, brought downstairs, and I think they finish off the bear and the angel. I think they're shot.
Yeah. Shotgunned.
And then the Jack-in-the-Box is injured. I think they're trying to like rip him apart and try to save the daughters in his gut. They did save one of the daughters. She managed to get out. But he's injured, and then you start hearing noises outside. The grandmother identifies it as elves. Where's elves? Elves. Not these elves. They look much better.
They can actually close their mouth.
Yeah. I didn't see Grizzly Adams anywhere, except for that lady, the aunt. So the elves come, and one of my favorite moments with the Jack-in-the-Box is it goes from being all monstrous, having its mouth open, looking all nasty, closes up, looks like a little happy Jack-in-the-Box, is like clapping excitedly as he hears the elves coming. They basically like evac him out of there like Navy SEAL style or something. They chain him up, drag him out of there, get him out. But now there's a huge hole, in the window's gone, so it's basically their defenses are lowered significantly. And then they hear the Krampus on the roof. They hear his hooves scraping against the ceiling.
And his howl.
Yeah.
It always had that howl.
It was like trumpets mixed with an animal noise.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was haunting.
But that kind of pushes us into the third act. Once again, talking about a zombie movie, it's the moment where your sanctuary's been broken. You don't have a safe place anymore.
No. So that prompts him to leave the house. Grandma stays behind to try and buy them time and sacrifice herself. So she gets it. They all leave. They're slowly dropping like flies as they're making it to the plow. Dad stays behind and gets taken. Jerk mom gets taken.
Good mom gets taken.
Baby got taken.
Yeah, I forget when.
I think...
That was when they came in to evac the...
Yeah, with the aunt, she got taken.
Yeah.
And then, so it's down to the good kid and one of the sisters that got saved from Jack in the Box. The daughter gets kidnapped, and the kid tries to go and saves her, but Krampus comes, blocks him from saving her, hands him the bell, and then everyone disappears. And pretty much from what the grandma said earlier was, he's the reminder. It was like, hey, this is what all happened. You caused this.
It's basically the witness, the person who's going to, I guess, try to defend the Christmas spirit. Is that the idea that you're supposed to prevent this from happening again?
Yeah.
I guess it's weird because the kid has a bit of I feel like he's less of a story arc than the dog. But if we start off with the scenes of him fighting people, like within the beginning of the movie, he gets to like, what, 2 or 3 different fights?
Yeah, one with the family,
One
two with the family, one at the play.
They mention another one that we don't see.
Yeah.
So he goes off. That's the thing. I was like, was supposed to learn not to fight, but he basically just goes off and has a confrontation and goes and confronts the Krampus. They're all basically look like they're ready to leave or move on. He has a giant sled with freaking like wildebeest instead of reindeer.
Yeah.
Which were nasty looking. All the elves are around. The demented toys that are still alive are around. And he basically throws the bell back at him and is like, I don't want this. Give me my family back, you asshole. Which, speaking of which, profanity in this movie I love because they keep cutting PG-13, but they just basically be like, hey, what the, and then something explodes, or you piece of and then something explodes. It's like, oh, we're just going to cut all the words out, but basically get all the phrases in. I thought that was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. So he throws the bell, and instead of it being, or no, they pretend it's going to be this big heartwarming scene. Like Krampus goes up and like wipes his tear away.
I thought that was
like,
nice.
I thought it was going to be like the change of heart moment. Okay, I'll give you your family back. You learned your lesson.
Yeah.
Nope, the bell melts through the snow and opens a gateway to hell.
Tosses the daughter in, and he's like, you still think it's, oh, maybe it's gonna be nice. He just maybe he'll spare the kid. Nope, picks the kid up by the head and just drops him. He's like, bye.
And PG-13 movie. Since the opening scene where they show a bunch of people at once, there's been one person we've seen since that moment who hasn't died, which is really weird for a PG-13 moment. The DHL man is the only guy you see past that opening sequence No, he does die. We do see him dead.
Yeah,
he's in the truck when the daughter's out. All right, I'm sorry. Everybody dies.
Yeah.
Everybody past the opening sequence dies.
Well, even people in the opening scene died.
Well, yeah, they beat each other to death at Walmart. So then we open back up.
Christmas morning.
At the kids' room, which, another sidebar here, awesome room. I was thinking about Poltergeist a lot with this. There's some scenes, especially when the storm was coming in, the storm clouds, really reminded me of Poltergeist. And his room, I'm thinking back then, they had aliens and Star Wars in Bucktooth Kid's room. And I am horrible with names of movies if you haven't figured it out by now. But I was like, this might be the modern version of that because he had Robot Chicken posters, I noticed 2 of. He had a Rick and Morty poster, which was awesome. And he had the NECA Gypsy Danger on his desk. So, NECA cameoed in Krampus.
Nerd.
Shut up. So then we basically get the ending to Home Alone.
Where Kevin destroyed one of the brothers' rooms?
But no, like that. He wakes up, it's Christmas morning.
Everything's all hunky-dory, la la la.
Which I always thought was weird in Home Alone, too. It's like, why did you all just go and start doing things and not even, acknowledge?
We're not going to acknowledge that we just did this to you, you know?
Yeah. But then, he gets down and they're unwrapping presents, and he opens up a bell from the Krampus.
That he gets from his grandma. That's the fun part, is that it's from his grandma. And it's unwrapped. It's already unwrapped. It's just a brown box.
There's, like, a weird moment, and I really don't know what happens exactly from this moment on. Like, everybody starts looking at him with this concerned look on their face. You start hearing things they said previously, because we're almost supposed to assume this is a dream.
Movie, yeah.
Like, the whole thing was a dream and he woke up and everything's fine. But you start hearing echoes of what had happened during the horrific parts. And I don't know if they're remembering what happened or if, I don't know what really is going on there.
I think it's a second, like, the more it's going to be like Trick or Treat. The more you watch it, the more you'll enjoy it and catch things.
But then we zoom out and we find out that the poster for the movie is a spoiler for the movie. It shows basically the end scene of families in a snow globe. Because he wanted Christmas to be like it used to be. So now he's trapped in this little Norman Rockwell existence of Christmas for the rest of his life. With family he hated.
Dun, dun, dun.
But I really freaking enjoyed this movie. I think it had some great character design. The plot was pretty good.
Plot was good. Characters were fun. I mean, if you know the actors and actresses that are in this, you will enjoy it because it's like, hey, look, it's that guy. Hey, look, it's that girl.
It's the guy from Hellraiser 4. The dad's from Hellraiser 4.
I know him from Piranha.
But he was the guy that had the weird demon lover thing.
I have not seen Hellraiser 4.
Lucky bastard. Probably better known for being on Parks and Recreation, but we're just going to ignore that and just... He's the guy from Hellraiser 4.
Piranha. 3D.
Hellraiser 4.
It's good. I mean, out of 10, I'd say 6, 7, 8, one of those, because it's like, I don't know what to think of it, honestly, at the moment. I want to see it again and then make a full-on thought of it. But it's good. I mean, it reminds me of Gremlins.
Well, hang on. Just put it out there. It's better than this. It's better than this. I'd say it's...
Better than this.
Well, yeah. I'd say it's better than this.
Yeah.
Definitely better than this. Better than this.
Better than all three of these.
Yeah, all three of those. Better than half of this. This is the only one I'm really like, is it better? I mean, it was a good movie as opposed to a horribly bad movie. Which I guess you put on the same par as Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
I just want to say I have nothing to say because he just compared Krampus to Jaws: The Revenge.
Hey, you know what? Jaws... The Revenge is a wonderful holiday classic, and I cannot wait for AMC Family's 25 Days of Christmas, where they will feature this film in steady rotation.
We are not being sponsored by AMC Family.
Please give me money.
Alright, what else do you have?
I would say it's probably on par with most of the rest of what I... Maybe not on par, but everything on this table now is either better or on par with it. In my mind, at least. I mean, it's hard to compare Die Hard and Krampus. It's hard to compare Everly and Krampus. It's easy to compare Die Hard and Everly, but...
To be honest, it's better than Dead Snow to me.
Dead Snow's not even really a Christmas movie. I kind of cheated with that one, but I'm telling you, Silent Night, Zombie Night, if you want to watch acting that looks like it's in a porn, but it's not a porn, that's your movie. Of course, not that I know, but, you know.
I'd say it's definitely, it really is reminiscent of Gremlins.
Definitely, and I mean, if you're a fan of Trick or Treat and a fan of Gremlins, I think you're going to enjoy this.
You're going to love this movie.
And I mean, the best part is that it is PG-13. I know it sounds weird, but I'm almost happy it's PG-13. Because I feel like kids are going to be able to watch it. And kids are going to have the trauma that I had watching
Parents are going to be able to take their kids to this movie.
I love that. Like, to me that's important. I mean, I think a lot of PG-13 horror... They do it to appeal to the biggest mass audience they can.
Or to get
and
money.
It's for the worst reasons.
Mm-hmm.
We could have made a better movie, but we also wanted to make more money.
It's all about this.
But I don't feel like they sacrificed a whole lot. I feel like there was an unrated cut of Krampus.
But they're not. But it wasn't gonna hurt the movie. It wasn't gonna be like, oh no, it's unrated. Well, it's just because we took out like 5 minutes of oh no, his leg is bloody. It's something small.
And like, I mean, even when the Jack in the Box kills people, he's swallowing them whole, which is almost more disgusting than if he was chewing them up.
Yeah, especially when you see that thing eat. But wrapping up, we both highly recommend Krampus. Go see it. Take the family for Christmas. Hey, who needs Star Wars? I'm gonna get killed. Go see this movie. Take your family. Christmas morning, right after you see Star Wars for about the 18th, 20th time. Take them to Krampus. All the family, even the new kids. Just smack duct tape on their mouths and make them watch this lovable movie.
I want people to go see this movie. A, because I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great, but also because honestly, I'm probably ignorant on this one. I don't know if Michael Dougherty has directed anything else besides this and Trick or Treat. But I want the movie to do well so that he can make more crap. Because I like what he does. So I just want this movie to make some money so that when he comes out with his demented Easter Bunny movie or something, somebody will fund it.
What if he remade the Leprechaun series?
I would actually probably still watch it, but feel really bad about it.
Why?
Because it's Leprechaun.
It wouldn't be worse than that fucking Origin movie.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, God.
I stopped after he went to the hood.
You still need to see Back to the Hood. It's funny. That's the only one you're missing. Come on.
I'd rather put it on a silver shamrock mask.
Beep, 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 beep. Happy, happy Christmas.
Stop it.
Christmas.
Stop it. Stop it. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it.
And video.
And now stay tuned for about 3 hours of bloopers.
Happy, happy holiday.
Oh, God. This has been another episode of Dangertainment. I hate my life.
This blooper reel is brought to you by Log.
I'm blammo. Everyone wants a log. You're going to love it. Log. Come on and get your log. Everyone needs a log. It's log. 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 Is that all the lyrics? I think I got them all. A few years back, 2013, I think I just looked it up.
Yes,
I made not top 12, I made back in 2013, I made a video of the top, I keep trying to say top, fuck my life. But I think the biggest one is the one we're here to talk about today, and that is Krampus, or however the hell you're going to pronounce that word.
Krampus.
Is it?
Yes. Depends upon, do you have an accent?
Maybe. Let me try that again.
Too soon.
Too soon? Is it ever too soon with Charlie Sheen? Tiger's blood, man. Now we know what that means. Apparently tigers are ravenous with AIDS.
Oh yeah, is that with Jared and his AIDS?
No, there's the Guar song that's just... he's just a person.
I thought it was the Jared with AIDS. He's like, I want to give everyone AIDS.
Yeah, there's that too.
Now he just wants to give little kids.
Oh man, that makes that even darker now.
Oh God!
He's trying to give all the kids AIDS. Oh shit.
Oh, God.
We have a lot of bloopers for this episode.
Yep. That was a keeper though.
Oh man, the bloopers on here are going to be X-rated, I think.
It's more political bullshit.
Yeah, fuck him.
Anyway.
I just lost half my viewers. Bye.
The live stream went...
It's not even live. The camera just shuts off. Done. Fucking done.
I'm out. It's just pig walks.
the 3 nights. Shit.
It's like the Bailey episode. Oh, what the fuck they gonna do? Cut our budget? The opening credits is to Bing Crosby. Oh, is it Bing Crosby or Frank Sinatra?
God, me. Both artists I love.
To Christmas. Is that a joke or not? I couldn't tell.
Totally hear that on my iPod all the time. Come
Hey, everyone has their music that they don't let anyone hear.
Yeah, but I keep the Hanson tape locked up.
That or a school bus full of little kids will come and trick or treat at your house.
I would actually like that. Like, not the... Wait, that's a wrong way to say that. I meant the zombie creepy kids. The goddamn zombie kids.
That would be the bloopers, like me just walking off.
Oh, shit. God damn it.
It was perfect. Anyway, spoiler alert, just blah 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 blah.
Yup, spoiler. Alright, so if you're still watching this, you have no right to complain that we're gonna spoil shit, so freaking deal with it.
Krampus is actually Sam.
Krampus is actually Donald Trump.
Krampus is the knight that says knee.
So yeah, the grandmother burps, and then the Santa comes down the chimney.
Beware of the Krampus' creeps and reaps.
He does, actually. That is true.
We're talking about the angel, right?
Yeah, you're talking about teeth and tongues.
Yeah, I'm not. We talked about the angel enough. I'm not going because I can't say anything without being a straight face, especially when you see that thing eat. It's like watching Rosie O'Donnell eat at McDonald's.
Or McDonald's eat Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh my god!
Just imagine Grimace eating Rosie O'Donnell. Somewhere this is somebody's fetish. Like somebody's just